Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So glad this time worked out. We were able to get this in sooner.
Thank you. I felt so bad. I'm like, literally after I hung up from you, I went to 3 different classes to get 3 different kids. And one was like, nope, I'm staying here. The other one went home sick. And the last one was like, oh, there's only one person in class today. And I was like, okay, great. So I went back and listened to all those things. I'm like, I can do this.
Awesome. Cool. Well, welcome to your second strategy session. And really, I want to congratulate you on being committed to yourself and your business by being here. It's actually kind of a really big deal. We're going to have between 30 and 45 minutes together today. And my goal is that you really receive clarity on how you're going to move forward in your business based on the goals that you have. And if at the end of our call, I think you might be a fit for one of the BBI mentorship programs, we can talk about that as well. Does that sound good?
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay, cool. Did you get a chance to make the Facebook post?
I did.
Awesome. Perfect. I love that. That's so great. And then you got to watch everything in the coaching zone videos?
I did. And actually, funny thing, when I posted on Facebook, I didn't know that my husband actually did this a year ago. He said he shows me his phone that my name came up that I posted on the Facebook page. So I didn't even know.
So he had come through this coaching.
He did, but I said, so did you feel like it worked? He's like, I didn't actually do what they said because I get in my own way. And I'm like, okay, so you did nothing. Okay, great.
Yeah, because you had said that he's wanted to do something of his own on the side, right?
Yes.
Too, eventually.
Yes.
He started something or not yet?
He's been part of something for obviously over a year now. And he really only has himself and his mom that he like sells stuff to. So, and he actually buys it for her. So he doesn't really have any money.
So he's in network marketing also, but a different company than you? Correct. Interesting. Okay. And so he really wants to build that.
He does. I mean, he's an engineer right now. So, I mean, that's his main focus. Yeah. But he would love to do personal training and do his other stuff on the side and really make a business of that. But he can't get out of his own way to do that.
Yeah.
So it was just funny. Like as soon as I posted it, he was like, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's really cool is that if you decide to work with the BBIs in a bigger capacity, you could both do it, right? Like you can both use the training. It fits whatever business, whether it's network marketing or not. Like it's these skills that you're going to learn are invaluable no matter what business you're in. So that's cool. That's very cool. Okay. And then so from the videos that you did watch, all the coaching zone videos, what was your biggest takeaway? What was most impactful?
Well, I guess a lot of it was because of the way that I've been posting on my social media now. I do have a group, but I was the person that invited everybody to my group. And then I was, hopeful. I mean, granted, I said what it was, but, I just kind of brought it out there. And instead of just limiting it to a certain amount of people or a certain group of people, I kind of just made it very broad. And then when I posted on my own personal page, I've used the name of my product more than once. So my husband, again, he made a comment. He's like, you can't do that. It just looks too spammy. I'm like, shut up. But then I realized why he said that after the fact.
Yes.
But, so I mean, that's the biggest thing I took away. I just don't know how. And that's what I asked him. I was like, how do you promote something if you're not actually promoting it? Like, I don't understand how to do that. So I'm hoping that this can help me do that because I'm
well, and that's a big piece of what the Beach Bosses, I mean, that's like they teach so much. Did you watch the masterclass on the Academy?
I watched the one where Carrie, so it started out with the 5 of them and then she kind of took over.
Yeah. So she kind of walks through like all the things that are in the Academy. And so that's sort of like a beginning stage. And that's something that they would definitely teach you. And then beyond, right? Like, how do you create a team and duplicate and all they give you their whole thing. So so that's a big question that a lot of people have. And so, that's why you're here. Cool. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So, on our call, on our first call, you had said that in 12 months, you wanted to be making, you said eight or 900 a month, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like more, but I mean, I'm trying to start small.
Yeah. So what I would love is I'd love to stretch that, because I think that especially if you get help from the Beach House influencers, this 800 a month goal should happen quickly. And so I like to, I mean, if so, like on our first call, I said, let me hand you a realistic magic wand. Like, I think you mostly went the realistic part, not the magic part. So if we did that again, and you can lean more into the magic side of it, what would you, if you could have it your way in 12 months, what would you like to see from
I'd like
income from this?
Not have to work at my full-time job and be home.
Yeah.
So that would be my magic wand. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And what kind of income would that require?
I would like, well, between 2,000 and 4,000 a month, I would say.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at figuring.
So I think let's call it 4,000 a month.
Okay.
Say 4,000 a month. Okay. Okay. So if you did that, let's say at the end of 12 months, you're making 4,000 a month, you're able to go in and say, I'm not coming back next school year.
Mm-hmm.
How would that be? Look at your face.
Oh my God, I love it.
How would it be? What would it mean for your life? How would your life change? Obviously you quit. Like, tell me about it. What does it look like?
So I think I would be able to, because I was looking at sending my 3-year-old to preschool. So knowing that she's not 100% ready, I'd be able to take that year and really grow her myself and be able to give her that extra time that my son was able to get, because I don't have my sister doing it next year. I'd have to do it to somebody I don't know. So I'd rather have that on me to really get her prepared for school. So I mean, I think that's what that would mean for me.
Yeah. Awesome. And how would it, what's the feeling to know that you could do that and also know that you weren't having to go into this job anymore?
I can't even tell you, because if I could think about it, I mean, it makes me really excited, but I try not to get my hopes up because it's so far out of my realm right now. But it would just be a very wonderful feeling to just know that I'm financially okay with my, income and my family, but then also being able to take care of my children and their needs coming first, not having to worry about if they're sick, what's going to happen with work and who do I have to find and all of that. It would just be amazing.
Right. And I totally get the, like, not wanting to get your hopes up. And there's something that happens to our brain when we're like, okay, this is what I really want. Because it's like, if we're like, I want it, but I'm not going to think about it, our brain is like, well, do we want it? What's happening? Right. So if we're like, this is what I want, I don't know how it's going to happen.
Right.
And this is what I want. Our brain goes, okay, let's get into action and start to like figure this out. So if you could do it, you said you'd be like so excited, right? It's like what is like, it's like what you really, really, really want is to be able to come home. Okay. I love that. And so you said it would feel wonderful. Is there any other ways that it would feel?
I guess accomplishment. Like, I would just feel like I was, actually doing something. I've trying to figure that out. And if I can do this and be great at it and, make that extra money, a great sense of accomplishment. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So let me just recap a little bit. So if in 12 months, we're making 4,000 a month, you're able to walk away from your job, come home, keep your 3-year-old out of daycare, out of preschool. You're able to be financially stable and feel secure in the finances that are coming in. You feel so accomplished in what you built that you like to do it. And it would just feel so wonderful. Was that about right? Okay. I love that. I can totally feel that in my body. I love that so much. That's so wonderful. Okay. So Nicole, now we got to get into this next piece and just figure out what's in the way. Okay. So what do you think might be slowing you down, standing in the way, or stopping you from having all of this, from getting to this 4,000 a month? Okay. Tell me about that.
Just fear of rejection, fear of not doing things correctly or approaching things wrong and ruining any relationship that I may start to build, because I am at a new school this year. So I have met new people and I want to like share everything. but I don't want to
Mm,
share it and then be the person that nobody wants to talk to. You're new and
mm,
you're trying to shove something on somebody. So I just kind of keep
mm.
it more to myself because I'm afraid.
Okay. Okay. And what do you think the impact on your business is of you being afraid of sharing?
Well, it definitely suffers because
Yeah.
I'm not as confident in my abilities and in what I mean, again, I know what I'm selling and I know what I'm doing and I know how much it's helped me, but I'm not confident enough to like give that to
Mm,
somebody else that I've not known forever, like I've kind of just
yeah.
gotten to know them.
Yeah. Okay. And so the business isn't growing at
Correct.
the rate that you'd like. Okay. And how does that feel?
It's frustrating because I know
Yeah.
it's me and I just don't
Yeah.
know how to get over that. Like
Yeah.
I watch other people and the business that I work with, they have a lot of team meetings and a lot of calls and I try to watch the recaps whenever I can. And they're really great and motivating, but I'm like, I can't do that. I feel like
Mm,
I'm not to that level.
mm,
So, and yeah, it works for you, but it doesn't work for me kind of thing.
mm.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's frustrating.
Yeah. And so that feeling of like it works for you, but not for me, what does that feel like?
It's pure frustration. Like, why can't I have what you have? Like, why can't
Yeah.
I do those things?
Yeah. Yeah. A little comparison.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And is there an impact on you personally, do you think, of the frustration, of the feeling like, why can others do it, but not me? Is it impacting you?
There is, but there isn't. I mean, unfortunately, my world is so crazy that I mean, it frustrates me, but at the same time, I don't let it interfere with the other aspects of my life because
Yeah.
I need to be present in each
Yeah.
area. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
kind of how do you carp I can't say it. Compartmentalize. That's it. I'm
Compartmentalize.
like, I can't
Right.
say the word.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. So it is super frustrating and feels frustrating. And you're so busy that sometimes you can't really even have time to pay attention to that
Right.
feeling. Yeah. Um, do you think that the frustration then also has an impact on the business?
It does because I don't like I try to give it my best, but then when it doesn't work, I kind of pull back. I
Mm,
was
mm,
super gung ho in December or January. Yeah, December when I first kind of signed in. And then
yeah.
when I got a lot of rejection, even from like friends and family, it kind of like made me step back. And I
Mm,
was okay, maybe this wasn't
mhm,
the best idea, or maybe this isn't
mm,
good. Maybe I should just stop it and go back and not focus on it.
mm,
But then I would get a glimmer of hope and I would push through again.
mm.
So I like get these little, yeah, I can do this. And then, again, the
Yeah.
rejection kind of comes in.
Yeah.
So it's
And
tough.
and that yeah, and then like some doubt creeps in, like,
Hmm.
is this the right thing? Do I have what it takes? Is that
Right.
kind of yeah. Okay.
Sorry, my dogs are running rampant
That's
around me
okay.
at the
That's
moment.
okay. Okay. And so what does that, so there's this like these little glimmers, these little like niggling things of like doubt and like,
Hmm.
can I do this? What does that feel like? How does that feel for you?
Um, not good, I guess. I don't know how to put it into words. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not the
that's okay.
best at that.
That's okay. Does there, when you think about that, is there a place that you feel it in your body when you think about, no?
No. Like I said, I try to just focus in the moment and know that it's frustrating, but because I don't know how to fix it, I think I've learned over years of things like you just can't let it get you down because it's not going to make things any better.
Yeah.
And I try to just stay positive with everything else that yes, it frustrates me, but because I don't know, I've limited myself. Like I've shut that door kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't let
Yeah.
myself feel any type of way.
Yeah. Yeah. And that can be a super helpful skill in a lot of areas of life, right? To like keep it positive.
Mhm.
And what I want to do in this few minutes is I want to give you kind of permission to open that door just for a minute, because the reason is that in order to really get at what's in the way from us having success, we got to kind of see what's there. And if there are feelings of, self-doubt and what the impact that those things have on us, are going to be so, so important, because it's whether we acknowledge them or not, they're going to be there. And so the way we're going to get the most out of this coaching is to be able to say, okay, this is how it really feels, even though I don't like looking at it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So if you can, but if you can't connect with the feelings, that's totally fair. But I want to give your brain permission to go there with me today. Okay. So there are feelings of self-doubt a little bit. Can I do this? Is this the right thing? And we know we have this big goal, right? So is there a feeling, or is there an impact that is having? Like, you want to reach this goal, and you've got this like doubt of whether you can do it. Is there a feeling that comes with that?
Again, I think just that fear. I don't know how else it is. It's just that fear of the unknown. Like, yes, I want this, but the unknown of, can I really do that? Again, it's that doubt feeling of, yes, I want it, but I don't know how to get there. So it's that's kind
don't know
of
how to get there.
is.
Don't know how to get there, and then not sure how to even figure out how to get there. Okay. We have this fear piece, the fear of rejection that keeps us from reaching out. What else do you think might be slowing you down, standing in the way, or stopping you from getting to this 4,000 a month?
I guess failure, like, just, I don't want to fail at something. So maybe that's why I don't put as much energy and effort, because I don't want to have to feel like I failed at what I tried to do.
Yeah. That's big. That's a big piece. That's here. And how do you think that impacts the business? The fear of failing?
Obviously it does impact it quite a bit, because I don't fully commit to anything. So I'm not really giving I'm not giving it my all. I'm giving it as much as I think I can. Where I know that I'm not going to be upset if it fails, because if I put everything I have into it, then I'm going to be devastated and crushed if it doesn't work. But if I just give just enough and it doesn't work, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't risk everything, kind of thing.
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I can feel what that feels like. If I don't really try, then you can't really say I failed, because I didn't really try all the way.
Right.
Yeah. And so how does it feel having that awareness, recognizing that? What does that feel like, knowing that that's what's happening?
I guess it's just eye-opening, because I guess I kind of knew it all along, but I don't really think about it. Again, it's just, you have those conversations, and you have that one person that you want to be in your corner all the time. And when they put that doubt in you, like, I guess that's just been ingrained, since I was little. Like, never, if you give it your all and you fail, then you're a failure. Like, if you don't give it your all and you fail, okay, well, then you can, just say you just didn't give it everything. So it's just, I don't know. I guess it's something that, like I said, I've just always been told. So you don't really actually think about it.
Yeah. And what does it mean to you to fail? What would that mean? To not be able to reach, I don't want to say get sales, because I know that's not like the end all be all of everything, but I mean, really to get what I'm doing out there to people and really show them what kind of an impact it can have in a positive way. So if I can't actually do that, to me, that's failure, because I'm not giving everybody else the same thing that I have. Yeah. And so what does it mean about you if you fail at this?
I take it personally, because it just means that I'm just not good enough for that. Like, then I'm just, I need to keep doing what I can do, and just set my expectations a little bit lower for the next time.
Yeah. Not good enough. That's heavy to hold. Yeah. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's a lot. Where do you feel that in your body somewhere?
In my heart, I do. Like, and just in here, like, I just know.
Yeah. And do you think that there's an impact on you of feeling that you might not be good enough to do this, and that's why we don't give it everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Do you think that there's an impact on your kids and your family by this fear of failure? Do you think that they're impacted at all?
Of course, because I unconsciously do that to my kids. Like I do things so I don't set them up for failure. And I know that, like I said, I always kind of pull back. So I make sure that they're always successful. And I always want to protect them in that bubble. My husband is, like he's a grown man. I feel like he protects himself in his own way, but my kids, like I'm always super protective, and I never want to set them up. So I'm always kind of looking out for them, and I put that self-doubt that I have in myself in them.
And how does that make you feel?
Right now, pretty crappy. Because I never, like I said, you don't ever think about it. You don't sit down. I don't give myself time to actually like process all of it. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a big impact. Yeah. That's hard. It's heavy to hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And is there anything else that you think might be in your way from getting?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Is there, we mentioned it a little bit, but this piece of not knowing what to do or not knowing how to figure it out. Does that play a role, do you think, in all of this of the worries about failing?
Well, I think that's more along with my self-doubt, like of not knowing, not being confident. So I think that all kind of goes together in my mind.
Okay. Got it. So Nicole, I'm going to ask you a challenging question. Okay. Well, before I do that, I have one more question before I do that. I'm sure you know the difference between a business and a hobby, right?
Yeah.
One earns you money, one you spend money on. Do you feel that what you have right now is a business or a hobby?
Right now, it's a hobby.
And what do you want it to be?
I'd love it to be a business.
Okay. So, and here comes the tough question. And I really want you to lean into it with me, okay? How would it feel if we were having the same conversation that we're having right now, a year from now? You haven't had the success that you're looking for. How would it feel?
I most likely wouldn't be having this conversation a year from now. If I have not gotten, anything out of it myself, like if it doesn't turn into a business and I'm still, really just spending more money than I am making money, then I wouldn't still be doing it. I don't even,
So you'd be ready. You'd be like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah. And what would that mean for these feelings of the failure?
Right now, because I didn't put everything into it, it wouldn't cause that much of a struggle for me. But if I gave it, like if I do really am, to work with you guys and really give it my all, I think it would really crush me. Like clearly there's something wrong, and I would think there's something wrong with me and what I'm doing that I can't get to the same level that other people can.
Yeah. And it would mean you have to give up on this dream of leaving the job and being home with the little one. And how would that feel?
It would suck, because I do really I really would love to be home with my kids and be able to be that mom for them, and have the financial stability on top of it. So to not have that it would suck. I mean, there's no nice way to put that. It would just not be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I don't like what I do and all of that kind of stuff, but to be able to have the freedom to be here and be present all the time would mean so much more to me than being able to go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And if by the end of this year you're ready to throw in the towel, the feelings of failure would come, and would that have an impact on you taking a risk, taking that leap into something else in the future? Would it make it harder?
I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I gave it my all and I couldn't make this work, I don't think I would do it in something else.
Yeah. Okay. So does it feel like this is a critical time in your business, but also in your life? Does it feel like it's critical?
It is, because it's either you do it or you don't. Like, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, if it doesn't work out, okay, fine. You know, like I've tried, but if I am giving it a year and saying, you know, it's been a year and still nothing, whatever, like it's going to be a lot worse, but you know, it's now or never.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep pushing it off. I've been pushing off for a long time, to finally do something that I found a passion for. So if I, you know, just don't get there, then it's not going to feel so great.
Yeah. Yeah. There's kind of a lot at stake.
Do
you think? Yeah. There's the dreams of what you thought could be, of what you thought you were capable of. This fear of failure will kind of get cemented in. Like that'll be kind of nail in the coffin with that. And the ways that impacts your, I see my cat, the ways that impacts your kids will continue.
Of course, because then I'll put that fear in them and be like, well, you know, I tried this and it didn't work, you know, so you can, but I'd always have that doubt in my voice, giving it off to them, and they feed off of that. So it would be huge. Yeah.
So what would this feel like? What would this all feel like, to be in the same place, to be ready to quit, to have the fear, like the fear of failure take over? What does it feel like?
Just, I don't know how it's hard. Like I would just be discouraged, like just really feel like, again, not worth anything. And that's not a place I really want to be. Yeah. You know, I mean, I would try to do my best to not get myself in that state. And I'd have to do a lot of other things to kind of get myself out of there, but that's kind of where I would be, in that negative self-talk, negative, you know, self-awareness kind of thing.
Yeah. And really hard to pull yourself out of that after that. Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like you're ready to like draw a ine in the sand? Like, we gotta do this thing.
I'm ready. It's like I said, it's now or never, because if I don't do it, then, you know, I'm giving up on myself. So, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I really appreciate you sharing that stuff with me. And I really want to acknowledge you for leaning in. When I gave you the permission to say, let's go there, you really went there. And I really appreciate that. And I know it's hard to do. So I want to like shake it off a little bit. So we're going to like have some fun now. We're going to get back to the fun part of it. But that was so important for us to look at, to see like what's really at stake, right? Like the urgency that we're really facing, right? Okay. All right, Nicole. So if we could turn these challenges around and really flow freely towards this goal of 4,000 a month and beyond, you know, really, I think that could be just a starting point. What would it really do for you to be able to make this income, to leave the job? Like, let's grow the vision. What does that look like for you?
In what way?
In all the ways. Like, how does so a year, 12 months from now, you hit your first $4,000 paycheck. You walk into your work, your school, and you're like, I'm not coming back next year. Then what happens? How does it feel? And then what happens?
So, well, I feel sad because I miss the kids, but excited that I'm in my new chapter. You know, well, you know, there's always that. that negative thing of me,
Yeah.
but I would just feel like a great weight lifted. Like I don't have to stress about the little things anymore. Like I
Yeah.
have everything that I need. My path is there and the world is really
Yeah.
open for me. So it would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. And what does your like everyday life look like? How does that when you're done working, what does
Oh,
your
I'm
day
like
look
better
like?
now.
Yeah. No, once
Well,
you're there, you're out of the job, you've got your little one home with you. What does your day look like that you totally get to design it yourself?
um, it's hard because I don't know where, I don't know where she would be. So really just kind of focusing on the little things, like teaching little baby steps, making sure that she is learning to read and write. Obviously 3 years old, you don't know everything at that point, but
Right.
beginning those skills and trying to help um, expand where she's already at from now.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
my day to day, would really be focusing on where can I take her to learn and explore? Can I take my son out of school so he can come with us and explore? Like, where can we
Fun.
go and do those
Yeah.
things?
Yeah. Fun. And how would it feel to like when you sat down to your desk to work, like you knew exactly what to do and you were confident in what you're doing? How would that be?
That would be great. I've never felt
Yeah.
that way, so that would be great.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And then the feeling of like you overcame
Hmm.
the fear of failure. You like rose to the challenge, you gave it everything you had, and you proved to yourself that you could do it. How would that be?
Great, because I think it wouldn't just be like a proof to myself. I could prove to other people that maybe doubted me, like, no, look, I
Okay.
did do it. And,
Yeah.
you know, yes, it took hard work, but I was able to do it and look where I am now. Because,
Yeah.
again, life is very short. And you have those naysayers that are like, oh, you
Yeah.
should be home, your kids are young, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't get it. Like, maybe
Right.
you do. 60 years ago when you had children, you could stay home. That's fine. But now it's not an option. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta work.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I would love to just be like, see, I was able to do what I wanted, and it may have taken a few years, but I'm here now and I can,
Yeah.
be present in the everyday, which would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. That feels awesome. I could feel that, like I could feel that emotion of getting to
Yeah.
show that and prove that. Okay. And how will it be to know that you're like instilling a confidence in your kids that like you showed them that you could do it so they can do it? How would that be?
I think it would be great. Again, another wonderful feeling, because again, if I can do it, then so can anybody else. And always having them believe in themselves and know that there are going to be tough days. But if you just do a couple of things, you could, get whatever it is that you want, regardless of what it is, sports or, education, whatever. It just takes a little bit of work.
Yeah. And like giving it your all, like it's safe and it's okay to give it your all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you think that your husband would be impacted by him seeing you have success, and would it influence him in his?
Because he'd be like, well, if you could do it, so can I. And he'd be like, well, what did you do? How do you do this? And we'd be able to kind of do it together, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Because we're in completely different realms, but it would be nice that he could actually ask me questions sometimes.
Yeah. Cool. That feels good, right? And you kind of be like the catalyst for your family, right? Like you're like
great.
you amazing. Amazing. Okay. Could you wrap that all up, all of what we just like talked about? Can you put that into a feeling? Is that what
joy.
You like? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
If I had to choose one word, joy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we know what we want. How soon do we want it?
Now.
Yesterday.
Is that really a question?
Could that already happen, please? Okay. And on a scale from 1 to 10, how committed are you to getting from where you are now to the goals that we just talked about?
10.
10.
Right now, I'm there. I'm not frustrated in life yet, so I'm ready to give it everything.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then Nicole, I'm just curious, what have you found most valuable about our time together so far?
I think just being able to do the self-reflection, because I don't, like I said earlier, I don't ever give myself that time to really focus on what feelings I'm going through. I just kind of do it unconsciously. And now, like, looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, I put a lot of blocks in my way, or a lot of things on me that I don't even know that I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So the Beach Boss influencers, they have their academy that you saw the video about.
Yep.
And it's really designed specifically to help people that are exactly like you overcome these challenges of not knowing what to do, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, so that you can, really work through those to achieve the kind of results that you're looking for, like 4,000 a month and all that comes with that. Okay. So the program is based on a 5-step methodology. Would you like to hear a little bit more about it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So step 1 is all about clarity and vision. And this is huge, right? So we want to get to the 4,000 a month as starting off point. Well, what if you had access to Carrie, Brandy, Kat, Fran, and Adrian every single week? That very first step they're going to help you do is to get crystal clear on where you want to be and how, like exactly how you're going to get from where you are now. Okay. Do you see that would be valuable?
I do.
Having all of those women to back you and support you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this leads into step 2, which is all about strategizing your actions. So we've got the clear vision of how you're going to get to the 4,000 a month. Now we need to put into place the actions that you need to take. So at times when you are feeling a lack of confidence, like what should I be doing? How do I do this? Who do I talk to? All those doubts that come up, you can just get to your computer and you'll know exactly what you need to do to flow freely towards this goal of 4,000 a month. You're going to have an exact roadmap to follow. So there won't be any more confusion about how do I do it? What should I be doing? Okay. Do you feel like that would help? Okay. So you see how these first 2 steps would be pretty valuable? Knowing how, and then like, what do I actually do? Like when I get to it's great to like have a higher level idea, but then like, what do I actually do? Like right this second. Okay. So then the third step is all about upgrading your skills. So how would it feel to have access to not 1 mentor, but 5?
Yeah.
And all of these women have built their own independent 6- and 7-figure businesses, and you have access to all of them so that you could easily duplicate the skills that they have developed so that you can create the life that you really want, right? They're going to help you to look at what do you need to upgrade and to learn to be able to do that. Okay. We know that you struggle with some confidence and the fear of going all in and the fear of failure. Like there are these pretty big emotions that we feel. Well, what you're going to get is really clarity on how, the skills, and the confidence to deal easily with these limiting beliefs. Okay, they're gonna help you to really establish how can I manage these feelings that come up, and know that I have a real clear roadmap to get me to 4,000 a month. Okay, so that's exactly what these women are going to solve for you. Is like, how do you overcome these challenges? What do you do when you feel these things? Okay, do you feel like that would be valuable?
Absolutely.
Yeah, huge. Okay. And then step 4 is all about optimizing your environment. And what I mean by that is removing any friction so that success can come easily. So again, we know that you struggle sometimes with the confidence of, am I good enough? Can I do what other people have done? Do I have what it takes? Well, through your mentorship with each of these women and through this high level mastermind and all the training, we're going to make sure you're able to overcome these frictions so that you can really flow freely to this 4,000 a month. And then of course, steps 1 through 3 are going to help as well. You have the clear vision, the right strategies, and the right skills. So that's going to actually eliminate a lot of this doubt that comes in. And when this fear of failure comes up, you'll have these women in this group to lean into, which I think is also going to be really, really huge. So, and you're going to, again, you'll have all 5 of these women backing you, lifting you up, and supporting you and believing in you. Okay. Do you agree that would help to eliminate some of that friction of those thoughts? Okay. So do you feel that these first 4 steps would be pretty significant in getting you to the goal of 4,000 a month and beyond? Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. And so all of those lead to step 5, which is the best one. Step 5 is mastering your business. It's where you're able to come to the beach bosses and to me and say, I've done it. I'm doing it. I'm on my way to 4,000 a month. Thank you guys so much, but I don't need your hand holding anymore. I've got this down. How would that feel?
I don't even, I'm like, I'd be pretty good. I
Awesome.
got a long way to
awesome.
go, but that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, would that be valuable to you to be able
Mhm.
to come and say that? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So would you like to hear the details of the academy?
Yes, please.
Okay. So it's a 12-month mentorship program. And as you saw from that video, there's so much included that you could kind of get lost in it a little bit, right? So we want to help you to focus on the things that are going to make the most difference for you. And that's going to be the roadmap. So exactly what to be doing
Right.
when you sit down to your desk. It's going to be the weekly training. So you're like getting this up-to-date training from them. And they have all of this, like all of the pre-done social media stuff that you're going to need to know how to use. So what do you be posting? What do you say? How do you find people that are not just your friends and family,
Yeah.
right? How do you like create other relationships and share without using your company name? Like that piece is going to be really huge for you. Okay. And then of course there's all the other stuff I mentioned, the duplication, all of that, but that's going to come once you start to build your team. We need to get you the right skills for these initial first steps. And then you can kind of expand onto how do I implement duplication? How do I do all of that stuff? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. When you watched that video about the academy, was there anything else that really stood out to you about the program that you felt was like, oh, that's going to be awesome? I'm really excited about that.
Well, I think what I was like confused about is also what I'm excited about, like not knowing how to share without sharing.
Yes.
You
And
know?
they're going to teach you exactly how to do that. Yeah.
The other thing was like the tax piece of it, like knowing how to that financial side of what you're preparing for. That was really, I'm like, I never even thought of that because it doesn't.
Yeah. And what I love is that they're like, we're going to give you every piece you could possibly need for how to build this business. And that's so huge. So huge, from like very start to taxes, right? Like it's really all encompassing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And the one thing that I do also love again is that your husband can benefit from this as well. You guys can kind of do this together. How great would that be?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do it. And he's just going to
help
me to the end.
I love it so much. Okay. Would you like to know the investment?
I would. Yes.
Okay. So normally the price for the full year, the normal price is $9,997. That's the normal price.
Okay.
There is the discounted price is $7,997. But because you have really shown commitment and come through the coaching sessions with me, I can take quite a bit more off of that for you, and it can get you plugged in for just $6,497. So that saves you about $1,500 off.
Okay.
Okay. There is an added bonus as well. When you join, if you join today, you also get 12 months of done for you social media content already created for you. You don't have to think about it. Wouldn't that be amazing? Like, cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm writing this down because.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Okay. How does that sound?
That sounds well. The 12-month social media thing is great, but now is that because I just don't understand that the brain is not there. So now is that like it's more general, right? It's not going to be more geared towards what I'm doing, or is it?
So
how does that work?
So they're gonna say, okay, you get an actual like PDF calendar. So each month is opened up into your PDF. Each day, it gives you. It's like you post a question. You click on the link, and it gives you like tons of questions that you can choose from to post. So it actually is going to give you like exactly what to say and what to post. And you can choose. Yeah, it's amazing. It's wonderful and amazing because they don't want you posting about your product, right?
Right.
So they don't want you doing that. So they're gonna be able to give you like quotes and tips and like motivational things that they're gonna give you. So each day is gonna be planned out what you're gonna post, and you get to choose from the list of what you like, right? So it's not like, oh, you just post this exact wording. You get to choose from the list of the questions or the whatever that day's theme is. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Which is so nice. I don't have to think about it for a whole year.
That is pretty great. Can I use that
Yeah.
for the next year?
Yeah, right. And you're gonna get like Facebook Live prompts. So they'll give you like a like, here's what to talk about on Facebook Live. If you're ready to go Facebook Live, here's what to talk about. Like, right, they're gonna really help you with like what to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool.
Are you going to get the kids? Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll get the far one. You're not done by the time I get him, and I get the other one too.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we think? How does it sound?
It sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. All right. Do you want to go move forward with it?
I do. I do.
Okay. Okay.
I do. I mean, granted, I need his seal of approval, but I don't think it'll be too hard since he's already done this before.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, is he just running out the door right now?
Yes, he left. Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because I know it's okay. So, because how the pricing of it works is that we got to make a decision on this call to get that discounted price plus the bonus
12
of the
months.
12
Okay.
months, which is
Oh,
a pay in
okay,
full
okay.
bonus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So what we can do, if you think he's going to be a yes, if you feel sure you want to do the program, which it sounds like you are, you're pretty sure he's going to be a yes. What we can do is take a deposit.
Okay.
And I will hold all of that for you. I will honor. I'm not supposed to give you the 12 months, but I will because
I'm sorry.
I think you. No, it's great. I totally get it.
I'm like,
So
we get our kids at like 3:15, so
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, totally fine. So so are you ready to do that? We'll do a deposit of
yes.
$997, and that'll hold
Okay.
everything. And I'll honor the year of social media content, which would be nice.
I'm just grabbing my card. I apologize.
No, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
And we'll enter you all in and we'll get you signed up. So then once you've talked with him, then I hope whenever that is, whether that's today or tomorrow, whenever, then we'll get back on and we'll process the rest of it. And we'll get everything for you. Okay. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. So let me share my screen here for you. So we're going to do the Academy deposit of $997.
Okay.
And let me move this out of the way. Can you tell me your email address?
NDIPAO